With all of the events taking place on campus, we enlist the help of the Kansas State University Collegian to help keep us updated.
This week, Shelby Danielson is joined in studio by one of their members. Shelby.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined today by Caroline Sweeney from the K-State Collegian. And Caroline, if you could just tell me about the news section that has opened up called Money Matters. I know there's a specific article in it this week that will be helpful to students.
Yeah, definitely. We started doing Money Matters in mid-February, and this week we are focusing on 5 ways to help the student budget. So we really want to make sure that students know the 5 things that they should avoid, which would be parking tickets, because they can end up being the cost of a normal parking pass, bottled water, large bar tabs. We also focus on gas money and the best places to walk around Manhattan. We've also decided to talk about the number of scholarships and financial aid that K-State gives out. They give out $200 million of scholarship and financial aid every year.
And what if students have a difficult time finding scholarships and financial aid? Who can they talk to, or where can they go look?
They should first start by going to the K-State website, because they have a really great section about scholarships. They should always talk to the financial advisors that K-State provides, and they could also look to local communities, and the Alumni Center is really good at that too.
Well, great. Sounds like a great article that students definitely should read. Another article that's in there this week is, of course, the Hunger Games. And I was disappointed that they gave it a 4 out of 5, because I believe there should be a 5 out of 5. But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I haven't seen the Hunger Games yet, but I hope so. I hope I get the chance. But I know that our reviewer, Abby Belden, really took a lot of time to see how the movie measured up to the books.
Yeah. Well, her review was great. It was really good. And you also mentioned that there's another thing coming out with the forum.
Yes, we have a new addition to the K-State Collegian. We will be bringing the forum back. It's via Twitter. So if you have something to say to the Collegian, you want to use the hashtag the forum, FOURUM.
That's great. And is it going to be any different than the forum was a couple years back?
Yes, but if you check on the Collegian website, we'll be able to tell you more.
Okay, well, great. And if you can kind of tell me, on the front page, we saw it's all about Frank Martin. Is there anything you guys know about it, or I guess, what has he told your reporter?
We had to do the same work that you guys have done here at Channel 8, and, not all the details are out yet, but we really worked our hardest to put together a good package and some really great pictures, so you should check out the front page.
Great. And any other events coming up this week we should know about?
No, I think K-State's pretty well taken care of.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Caroline. And back to you, Chelsea and Michael.
All right. Thanks for the update, Shelby.
We have to take another quick break, but when we come back, the Sunset Duo will be joining us here in the studio, so stay tuned.
I'm Mary.
I'm Daniel, also known as Flo.
And this is the Wildcat 91.9.
Award-winning and student-run, the Wildcat plays rock. They play urban, they even play dubstep. Sometimes things get a little crazy. Their DJs talk news, sports, technology, pop culture. They even packed 4 guys into a van to send to the Cotton Bowl.
It's a long way to go, but we do it for you. We're the Wildcat 91.9.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. Shelby Danielson is joined in studio with members from the Sunset Zoo. Shelby, what animal do we have joining us today?
Well, Ella and Caitlin brought us a tarantula, is that correct?
Correct.
And can you tell us a little bit about, is this a specific kind of tarantula?
It is. It is a salmon pink bird-eating tarantula. Wow. Quite a long title. It gets the name from if you notice the pink hairs along its legs, and so that's where it gets the name from.
And it's a bird-eating tarantula.
Bird-eating, so it will eat birds as well.
And small birds, I'm guessing.
This is actually a young tarantula. So tarantulas can grow up, this particular one, to 9-inch dinner plate size. So that's going to be a pretty hefty animal when it gets that size.
Okay. And they're pretty treacherous to humans, I'm guessing. So we won't be holding them today.
They are not, actually. They're not venomous at all. Sometimes there is a little bit of chemical on the hairs on the tarantula, and so that can cause an irritation to the skin. Okay. This particular regular spider doesn't really like to be handled, so that's why we're not holding it today.
That's
but
okay.
Some tarantulas are very friendly, and people, if they get over their fear of arachnids, they like to hold them and touch them and stuff.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
great. And
yeah.
what else do you have for us today?
We actually have an exoskeleton from a tarantula. One of the unique things about tarantulas is they actually will molt their skeleton, so it doesn't actually grow with them. They will outgrow it, kind of like a snake, and they will molt it, so that is not a live animal that you're holding. And so they'll do that throughout the course of their life.
Wow, that is so great.
It is very cool.
And how long does that usually take to make?
To that, they're just shedding that regularly as they grow. So as
Okay.
they get bigger, they will molt that and keep growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here, I'll give that back to you. You can keep that.
Sure.
And this Saturday,
Yeah.
there is a National Geographic photographer coming.
Correct.
So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Joel Sartori is a National Geographic photographer. He travels all over the world, but he's based in Lincoln, Nebraska. He will be here on Saturday at the Beach Museum. It's a free speech, great lecture, great time. And then he's also taken photographs from Sunset Zoo's own animal collection, so it'll be cool to see those as well.
Well, that's great. Well, and is there any other events that we can know about since the weather's beautiful and summer's coming up? What can are there discounts coming up or anything like that?
Sure. Well, we have our Earth Day event. Do you
Okay.
want to talk a little bit about Earth Day at all, Caitlin?
Yeah, we have our Earth Day event, which is going to be really exciting because it's kind of a grand opening for the gibbons as well. We've been working on a new exhibit, so that'll be the launch of it. So we're going to do a lot of different fun activities.
Well, great.
Yeah. It'll be on Sunday, April 22nd from
Okay.
noon to 4:30. And like Caitlin said, we're opening a brand new exhibit for our gibbon animals. They're a primate species, like a monkey.
Okay. Well, great. That sounds so exciting. We'll have to make sure to get those two events out and so students can come and join you guys.
All right.
Well, thank you for coming and seeing us today. And back to you guys after a quick commercial. Thanks for joining us today.
They keep saying we laugh just a little too loud.
And we came to exist on our own. Then why can't the world fill me up? I wonder where I got the hunger from.
I think it went pretty well.
I sang Tunnels by the Arcade Fire. I did not sing it as well as Win Butler typically sings it, so that might be part of the problem.
Something about lonely nights and the lipstick on your face.
I put my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, ayo, gotta let go.
I talked a little bit in the middle of the song to the judges to try and get my confidence back up. That was not an effective strategy.
When you say you need to talk, he walks. You say sit down, it's just a talk.
And that's the modest mate. Each day I pray God makes a way. If I die broke, I would still be glad, cause I know I live my life his way.
How do you think it went?
Awesomely. I play guitar and sing and stuff, so I actually came out with an album, so I'm kind of trying to find out ways to promote it.
I think I did good. I hope I did good.
Bow out, go. Now I said bow out and leave. I said take your stuff and go, cause you're not for me, no.
There's not a doubt in my mind that I will be something.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. The temperatures outside have been very enjoyable for everyone. Will the sun stay out the rest of the week, or will we see some rain?
We will now send it over to Russell Buchanan for a full update on this week's weather. Russell?
Thanks, Chelsea and Michael. Well, the weather outside is indeed weather, and we're here to talk about it. So let's take a look at our national pressure map. Now, starting here on the west coast, we've got some high pressure systems moving towards us. We've also got a low pressure system that's running through Kansas right now. It's actually going up into the Great Lakes and attaching to this other low pressure system that's here in the northeast. And that's actually a very slow moving system that was sitting over us last week. You might remember it, the thing that caused all the rain that plagued us for the last week. Now moving on, let's see if we can get some temperatures up on that map to look at our possible travel locations. In Seattle, it is rainy and 52 with a low of 45. Los Angeles is, of course, sunny and 78. Salt Lake City is 66 and partly cloudy. Denver, 74 and sunny. Here in good old Manhattan, it's 81 with a low of 60 tonight, and it's partly cloudy. In Chicago, 66 and sunny. And in New York, it is 68 and raining. And down in Miami, of course, obviously warm and sunny. Now, let's take a look closer to home. In Wichita, will be Wichita is 88 and partly cloudy. So if you're making the drive out there, be aware of that. Salina is 81 and cloudy. Manhattan also 81 but sunny. And Topeka is 80 with a low of 60 and cloudy. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Tonight it'll be a low of 60 with a 40% chance of precipitation. Tomorrow 81 degrees for the high and a low of 56, partly cloudy with a small chance of rain. Friday a high of 81 and a low of 52 with a very small chance of rain but probably sunny. And then Saturday it's almost going to be too hot to do anything. 86 and partly cloudy with a 59-degree low. And Sunday even warmer, 87 degrees and sunny with no chance of rain. And that's all we've got for you today. Sending it back to you, Michael and Chelsea.